Yes!
Super Mario Galaxy, the Milky Way mustache.
That's Season 4 intro. Wow, everyone, special thank you to Satchel Drakes for that. Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new episode of The Completionist. And today, guys, we're going to be playing one of my favorite games that I know like the back of my hand. Of course, it's a Mario title, but it's one of the few 3D Marios left we haven't done on the show, so let's blast off right into it. Blast off in space and get some rock candy. Super Mario Galaxy, one of the precious gems of the Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii to date is the most successful Nintendo console, bringing in tons of casual and non-gamer crowds to play games like Wii Sports and Wii Fit. Yet in my time at Best Buy, I was telling people the real reason to own a Wii. Super Mario Galaxy.
But Batman, there's no way this could be on the Wii. The Wii graphics sucked. No one bought a Wii for graphics. They bought it for bowling and fake fitness, and for wonderful, horrible classics like Mythmakers, Orbs of Doom, or Spy Fox in Dry Cereal. Wow, these are real Wii games?
In my time in retail, I sold many a shovelware title.
Dear God, why not just save that time and money and work on a good game?
It's all about the money, Greg.
Of course it is. All about the money.
I'll give you one guess as to what the story of Super Mario Galaxy is about.
Me, pick me!
Let's see here. Oh yes, you, Greg.
Yes, that's me! Okay, wild guess. Shot in the dark, King Bowser, also known as King Koopa, kidnaps Princess Peach, and Mario not only has to rescue her, but he also needs to get around, say, 70 stars, which includes the 5 grand stars, in the process to free her, but 120 stars in order to complete the game.
Bingo!
Yes!
Except you forgot that the game takes place entirely in space.
God damn it! Guess I should have guessed that considering that Galaxy is in the title.
Yes, that is the plot of the game, but there are a few points I do want to go over. At the time of Peach's kidnapping, it turns out that it's the Star Festival, so naturally, the Mushroom Kingdom is having a party, and Mario gets a letter inviting him to come to the party, very much like in the style of Super Mario 64. Also, I think Mario may have been pre-gaming by himself? In previous 3D Mario games, Bowser kind of casually and behind the walls of secrecy kidnaps the princess. Well, in this one, Bowser storms the damn gates. He not only kidnaps Princess Peach, but he summons a UFO to cut out the land of the Mushroom Kingdom and then takes it with him. In this exchange, Mario tries to save the princess, but then he gets blasted off into space and lands on a small planet. He is then awoken by a little bunny that wants to play a little game with him. After finding the 3 bunnies, they reveal themselves to be the star beings known as Lumas. They deem Mario worthy of meeting their caretaker, Rosalina. Rosalina explains that they were just zooming on by in their space station comet observatory thing called the Observatory, when a powerful force not only stopped them, but took all of their stars from them. Rosalina convinces Mario that by getting all the grand stars back into the observatory, as well as several power stars, it will empower the Lumas, and the observatory will be powerful enough again to take Mario to Bowser and the castle.
That's actually pretty fun. We've got a bit of a dual plot thingy.
I have to admit, I really like Rosalina. She seems super independent and strong, and there's a lot of lore about her and the Lumas. Either way, you all know what we must do.
Yeah, I just said it like a few moments ago.
Yeah. Damn. Super Mario Galaxy started out from a pool of ideas that date back to the tech demo of Mario 128. Mario 128 was designed to show off the true power of the Nintendo 64 DD, or disk drive. As most of you know, the N64 DD was discontinued.
I think there were plans to have a collector's edition Nintendo 64 King DDDDD.
King DDDDD?
King DDDDD.
King DVD.
King DVD. King DVD on DVD.
King DVD Blu-ray DVD box set.
Buy it.
But the idea of Mario 128 was not. A few years later, Super Mario 128 showed up again, only this time it was a tech demo for the Nintendo GameCube, with the emphasis on two things: the ability to control a large number of units, which was the main core gameplay of Pikmin, and spherical platforming. The spherical platforming refers to the ability to run all over a sphere-based shape that toys with the idea of 2D and 3D platforming working in harmony with one another. While Super Mario Sunshine explored this concept a little bit, there's actually levels right out of Super Mario Sunshine that tested some of that platforming and were clear demos and inspiration for Super Mario Galaxy. Now, I know a lot of you are confused that this game looks like it's in HD, as the Wii cannot do HD resolution.
HDDD?
HD.
HD.
HDD.
HDDD.
HDD.
80 do?
80 do.
HD.
HD 80 do.
Buy it.
80 do!
The game caps off at 480p. Well, the Wii U actually does some impressive up-resing, and Super Mario Galaxy has never looked better. Hands down, the Galaxy series is the best looking game on the Wii.
Well, I guess that's not saying much, right? I mean, sure, the Wii had one or two great titles here and there, but graphically, it didn't bring much at all. Some of these models in the background are a little lazy, if you ask me.
Yeah, but the game does a good job distracting you with how crazy good the background is, the vibrant and bright character and enemy models, and the sound design and music mashed together definitely make this game a worthy successor to Super Mario 64. In fact, I'd say I'd put Super Mario Galaxy over Super Mario 64 as the better Mario game.
You really just don't want people to like you for Season 4, do you? Well, I agree with you, though. The camera doesn't viciously fight you back in this one.
Hey man, all I'm saying is Super Mario Galaxy gets everything right. The atmosphere, the music, the sound, everything is on par. But there are two unfortunate problems with Super Mario Galaxy that, since replaying, I kept running into. The first thing is camera control. Nintendo, for the most part, has worked really hard to remedy the camera control issues, and it's pretty solid, but you will find yourself having a few issues every now and then. The second thing is, the spherical platforming gets very wonky, as the central theme of the game is gravity. With a few exceptions depending on the level, you cannot die falling off of a planet or platform because chances are the gravity in the planet or platform is pulling you down on top of the object itself, top or bottom. However, in levels where you switch from platform to platform via gravitational pull, the game freaks out and suddenly the controls get inverted and what's up is now diagonal, backwards, left or right. It's not a common problem I encountered, but it definitely came up quite a few times, and when it did, it drove me crazy.
You're already crazy.
As are you.
We make a great team. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's the one boy cuddling to my up and down my pride and joy.
Galaxy has some fantastic ideas that get executed beautifully, but with regard to the controls, it kind of flubs things up. Right off the bat, Mario's total life bar has changed from 8 to 3. While this seems like a big difficulty spike, it really isn't, as there's tons of 1-ups and there's a lot of checkpoints. This change was made because of the spin attack that was incorporated to compensate for making it difficult to attack enemies. There are a few different types of galaxies you can visit. The main type of galaxy is like an adventure platforming stage, or a painting out of Mario 64. These levels are great, evolving from easy to hard as the game goes on. One critique that I have is that some of the levels are really drawn out for weird reasons. Most of the levels are pretty easy, but just because they are easy doesn't mean that they are short. They're pretty long. I prefer them to be more challenging and concise, more so than a long, easy journey. As most of you know, there is a sequel to Mario Galaxy, and that's Super Mario Galaxy 2, a game that really amps up the difficulty in comparison, and they kind of play that up quite a bit, so that's good. For these levels, the controls are perfect. You feel responsible for any and all deaths that you commit. I didn't know! If I had known, I would have done it better! I'm so... To make up for the difficult controls, Mario can attack enemies with the shake of the Nintendo Wiimote. The Wii Motion controls were revolutionary for casuals and non-gamers. However, because Nintendo was so keen on incorporating motion controls, there are one or two one-off galaxies where you need to use the control in a particular way, and it's not as easy as you might hope. I dreaded levels where Mario has to balance on a ball and move across different platforms. Mario actually always remains on the ball, but controlling him is pretty hard. You'll fall off countless times, and the Stingray level is even worse, especially towards the end of the game. But those are all my complaints, really.
Commence angry video game jihad. What? Oh, wow, nothing? Oh, okay.
Before we switch gears, there's actually a multiplayer function in Mario Galaxy, but it's not very exciting. Using a second Wiimote, someone can collect star bits, which are the galactic currency you'll need to feed hungry Lumas and hold enemies in place. Funny little side story here. One of the first games Greg and I completed together in college was Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2, and surprisingly enough, having a second player actually helped a lot. Too many close calls where a bullet bill would come and almost kill me, but then Greg would catch it just in the nick of time.
With great power comes great responsibility. I also messed with Gerard quite a bit.
Mario Galaxy, up to the point of its release, became the Mario title that had the most power-ups in a Mario game. For whatever reason, in space, we've got a bee suit, which lets you fly around temporarily. There's an ice flower, which lets you shoot ice skate, and leaves an ice trail behind you. The spring suit, which I personally hate the most, lets you jump very, very high, and you've got your returning powers like the star power and the fire flower.
That spring suit reminds me of some weird Banjo-Kazooie rare transformation.
The Observatory is a fascinating overworld that really helps build the overall world of Galaxy. Each level portal is based off of a part of the ship. The kitchen, the terrace, the secret garden, you get the point.
The bathroom, maybe not that one.
Like previous Mario games, every level has an objective to find the Power Star. All main adventure levels have 3 stars to begin with, but as you get further into the game, you unlock more stars. Every one of these levels has a hidden star, as well as 2 comet stars. Comet stars are where you will replay a level, but the circumstances may be different. You might have to fight the boss with maybe 1 hit, enemies may move faster, maybe you'll have to race the shadow version of yourself. These comet stars will test your skill, and when it gets down to the last few stars, you'll be grinding your teeth as you unlock the purple comets, which have you collecting 100 purple coins.
Perhaps that's not worth grinding one's teeth over?
When you've collected enough star bits and fed the hungry Lumas, you'll unlock new galaxies that need to be completed as well. All of this will add up to 120 stars eventually, being our completionist goal. The bosses, while very impressively large, are fairly predictable and easy, nothing too crazy. I'm not sure why, but boss fights in Mario games seem way too easy for me. Maybe it's just all my years of experience. Either way, I tip my hat because at least fighting these bosses is still fun. Get it? Tip of the hat. Jokes. 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 So at the very least, you got around 60, 70 stars, you got all the grand stars, and it's time to be reunited with your special one, Princess Peach. Rosalina commands the observatory to head directly to Bowser's fleet with the Mushroom Kingdom at the center. Through here, you have to fight your way to Bowser. This level's actually really fun because it combines a lot of the hard levels into one gigantic hard level. And the final bout with Bowser is predictable and easy. Bowser takes the form of a few enemies that you've encountered throughout the game, so you'll know exactly how to defeat him.
Oh, let me guess the ending. Let me guess it. They live happily ever after. The end. Score 1 for the Greg guys.
Kind of. We're obviously reunited with Princess Peach and things seem fine, but in these climactic moments, Bowser's galaxy implodes, leaving us all guessing the fate of our heroes. Rosalina then has a goodbye moment with Mario, thanking him for all of his good deeds. In this moment, the Mushroom Kingdom galaxy is returned back to its normal state, and voila, the game is beaten.
Welcome! Welcome, new galaxy!
Now, Gerard, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't actually complete the game upon a first playthrough, right?
Correct. After you beat Bowser one time, the rest of the game will become unlocked to finish out the last 30 or 40 stars, depending on how many stars you have left when you beat the game. There's also a few secret stars that lead to new levels and power-ups. If you get the red star in Gateway Galaxy, you'll be able to soar all over the overworld with great ease. Getting all 3 green stars opens up 3 more levels that focus on the horrible motion control mechanics, and these levels are really hard. Also, the purple coin comets finally appear, so you have to do all those missions as well.
Purple coins? I bet old Brutal Moose would be way into those missions. His favorite color's purple. Don't believe me? Watch his videos. Purple. Purple everywhere.
After obtaining all 120 stars, you'll have to beat the game once more. Upon beating it, you'll be rewarded with the ability to play as Luigi, Super Luigi Galaxy, which means you've got to play the game all over again. Playing as Luigi, in my eyes, makes the game easier as Luigi can run faster, and I feel like he can actually jump higher as well, but I'm not exactly sure of this. Completing the game as Luigi, which means getting all 120 stars again and beating the final level twice, will unlock the Grand Finale Galaxy, which is the opening star festival without all the destruction. It's a purple coin level. Getting all 100 coins will grant you a total of 121 stars, and your death counter will now be displayed on the files you've played. Also, you'll be given a little picture of Luigi and Rosalina in the style of a thank you screen.
I feel so thanked.
There is one more Easter egg you can discover, which to me is very bizarre and it doesn't make much sense. If you collect 9,999 star bits, any level that features coconuts have now been swapped out for watermelons. I guarantee that in your playthrough of Super Mario Galaxy, you'll have plenty of ups and downs. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty damn easy, but you will find a few levels that will frustrate you due to poor controls, being inverted because of the camera, or just bad design. But with a little effort, you'll find that completing Super Mario Galaxy is a lot of fun. Is playing as Luigi worth the completion bonus? I personally don't think so. The game is near perfect, sure, but for replaying the game for a second time to not be rewarded for something that's got a little bit more substance is a little bit of a bummer. A lot of hours invested with little payoff is always a bummer.
Hey, at least they give you something for completing it. Now, how many games have you played where you get nothing?
Too many. Super Mario Galaxy is a must-have for the Wii, and if you don't have a Wii and you've got a Wii U, well then you have a Wii, so I highly recommend it. The game is just $20 in the Nintendo Selects, and playing it on the Wii U does make the graphics even better. The game is about 9 years old, but it doesn't even show its age yet, and for you nostalgic little folks out there, when I pre-ordered Mario Galaxy, I actually was one of those people that got a commemorative coin. It's like when you go to the museum and they give you one for astronauts in space. It's a real thing. Gettysburg, I know you do that. Gettysburg Museum. The motion controls may frustrate some of you, and the camera is not the greatest, but that's kind of the curse of the 3D Mario games. Completion bonus-wise, playing as the secret character is a blast, but replaying it for that last level for a total of 121 stars is pretty subjective, depending on how you gauge your completion bonus. With that in mind, guys, this game gets my completionist rating of Finna-Peat-It.
Finna-D-D-D-It!
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you as always for watching today's episode of The Completionist. Today's episode is brought to you in part by Audible.com. Now, if you want to show your support for The Completionist, check out this link right here or in the description below, audible.com/that1. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what Audible.com is, it's a place where you can listen to over 150,000 books. That's a lot of hours of books. The link will take you to sign up for a free 30-day trial, and if you don't like it, you change your mind, you hate me and my stupid face, you can always cancel it hassle-free, no problems whatsoever. So I'm going to admit I don't read books very often, so this is actually really perfect for me. And I myself downloaded from the suggestion of Alex Fossiani, Reality is Broken, Why Games Make Us Better and How They Can Change the World by Jane McGonigal. It's really interesting. It's really been inspiring for me when I'm writing and working on The Completionist, because it reminds me of how video games not only shaped my career, but also changed my life in so many different ways, and it really emphasizes how you can take real-life problems and solve them with video games, and I think that's really fascinating, and that's something that's really positive that's kind of forgotten about in the mix-up of all the craziness of the world today. So I definitely recommend it.
Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe! Also be sure to check out our previous videos, and of course it's Friday, which means we've got another brand new Spotify playlist and article for you guys to check out over at thatonevideogamer.com. Now, back to you,
That's all the time we have for today, guys. So as always, let us know what your thoughts are about today's episode in the boxes below, or on Facebook, or on Twitter, or on Tumblr, or Instagram, or if there's too many websites to look at, Spotify, thatonevideogamer.com. I just got a text. Jesse Cox texting me, and your twitch.tv/thatonevideogamer. You can say something to my face, or thatonevideogamer.com/forums. That's not the link, but that's where the community is, and that's where I'm hanging out a lot talking to you guys. Let me know what you think about today's episode. And if you made it this far in the video, first off, thank you for being here. Thank you for still talking and watching and being a part of this. Tweet at me something funny. #what's good. What's good? Because all we need to be is good to one another. All you need is love. #best friend. #cue music. Cue from Greg.
People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who loved me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's the one boy cuddling tore me up and down my pride and joy. People, let me tell you about my best. Must be so much fun. Friendship in the park and the dogs in the sun. About my best friend. It's my best friend. D
on Blu-ray box set. Buy now, Amazon.
He's my best friend.
Friendship.
We're friendship. Had a friend.
A friend like me.
A friend, buddy's friend.
Like
well, buddy's and a friends, a friends, a friends, a friends, a friend
like
friends,
friends and friends.
Buy it.